Hi, this is Mark from the Starborn Project. The Starborn Project is a huge, foolish project meant to touch every person with the message of hope, awakening, and peace. By way of introduction, throughout this first video series, and indeed in life in general, keep in mind the sage words of Marcus Aurelius. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Starborn Project will present many ideas, and some may be new to you. Some may be very contrary to your worldview, and some may just seem outright crazy, and that is okay. I am not a spiritual teacher. The most important things I have to share are that you are a sovereign person. You are connected to the radiant ocean of light we commonly call God. And love is the key to knowledge and ascendance. Everything in this Starborn Arising series of videos, or in the written book of the same name and available on Amazon, is a pointer back to these basic truths. At a certain level, perhaps this is myth-making with the purpose of awakening people to the awesome truth of their being. After a lifetime of study, I put myself forward to share invaluable and hopefully useful information with those who will hear. This information in no way infers a hierarchy between you and me. Instead, it encourages friendship. I encourage you to be skeptical and to keep an open mind. Accept only those things that make sense to you and leave the rest behind. If you follow a spiritual teacher, sit at the feet of a guru, or cling to the words of your priest, you enter servitude. The age of priestcraft is past. In this epoch of freedom, everyone is your teacher, and everyone is your student. Listen to the wise counsel of others. Share your wisdom with those that can hear. My book, Starborn Arising, shares my own experience of being human. It is a personal account born of a lifetime of experience. That does not mean that what I share is true with a capital T. The truth of this work is for the reader to determine for his or herself by making their own study and following their own path. Alexis de Tocqueville wrote, "In America, the majority raises formidable barriers around the liberty of opinion. Within these barriers, an author may write what he pleases, but woe to him if he goes beyond them." This book certainly goes beyond them, as does this series. Gleefully, mischievously, and with forethought. Starborn Arising is the transmission of an unexplainable frequency. It is a work of experience. It is not a work of philosophy. And it expresses one view of the radiant ocean of light. Starborn Arising is a spiritual initiation disguised as a video. The book Starborn Arising was written in 3 sections. The first section is an autobiographical account with a focus on the spiritual aspects of my life. It shows the path this flawed person took toward awakening. The second section details several relevant past lives that I have recollected. Some may find this section challenging, either because they do not see the value in knowing about past lives, or they may interpret writing or believing in such things as ego puffery. Nevertheless, upon reflection, it seemed a good idea to share this part of my experience. The third section details several meditation practices, along with relevant teachings, which are meant to provide a contextual understanding of an interesting worldview and the practices that lead to awakening and ascendancy, full integration with the radiant ocean of light, in other words. The present video series focuses primarily on this third section of the book. It is an honor to bring this work forward. As you contemplate Starborn Arising, enjoy it, contemplate it, study it, explore it. Consider picking up my book. Again, it's available at Amazon, Kindle, or Barnes & Noble. Practice the meditations and judge its meaning and value for yourself. Its success as a medium of transmission exists to the extent that it benefits you. Engage in resourceful and meaningful ways that make sense to you. I recommend that you create a mental space to assimilate, process, and hold the ideas expressed in Starborn arising. Understanding what is presented does not mean accepting them. It means using the ability to hold different, perhaps contrary and unproven ideas in your head. This in itself is a huge step forward into critical thinking and transcendent understanding. Consider the following story. Nanin, a Japanese master during the Meiji era, received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. Nanin served tea. He poured his visitor's cup full and then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he could no longer restrain himself. "Sir, it is over full. No more will go in." "Like this cup," Nanin said, "you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This is Mark from the Starborn Project, thanking you for finding us and hopeful that you will find this series rewarding, useful, and beneficial.